of games over the course of this weekend. What a way to kick off 2011. And here we are in game number 5.
Bottom left corner, we got our red Protoss Root Minigun, and in the top right, we got our blue Zerg EGMachine. I honestly think that this map is going to, again, be a great deal of comfort for Machine. He will have a little bit more time to scout, to plan, to prepare. Doesn't have to worry as much about pressure from those sorts of 4 warp gates. But you know what I think really did Machine in the last game? It was that 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker opening.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it early on, and we've seen the Protoss kind of utilize this, effective more in some matchups than others. But, you know, every single time that did some damage, it's really nice because you can go in and you can be like, okay, well, can I do some damage and not lose anything? Yeah, great, I'm going to do that. Or you can just back off. And in both cases, he's been able to do at least some damage, sometimes going after the drones, sometimes picking away at that spine crawler that's been building. But it's really, really been effective versus Machine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, most players don't play like Machine, who's much more about powering, who's much more about getting the spine crawlers up just so he can devote that much more larva to droning. Normally, you see players get speed Zerglings or the mobile roaches, but man, does that 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker abuse the way that Machine plays. He has almost no units, and the ones he does have do not have speed. So here we see Machine again, though he usually wants to early expand, having to throw down that pool first and immediately beginning to try to nibble at that probe, even though he is 250 minerals away from affording a Nexus.
Yeah, and he really didn't even try to delay it that much. He threw the pool down even as that 1 drone was heading out, and he's just trying to work it away. Not even really, he's just continuing to drone up there while the pool goes down. So whether or not he throws that down right away, we'll find out. He's still getting some minerals. Gateway going down, another pylon, and the first assimilator as well. There we go. Finally, hatchery does go down as the probe is just a few squares away from there, and Machine does it still under 18 food.
This map, I'm a little less surprised that Minigun is not going for an ultra-fast early expand, but still I'm surprised that he has not really yet gone for a fast expo play. And the one he did go for was very unusual with an extremely low sentry count. Machine now getting his Queen, Overlord just now finishing. We see Zerglings and drones popping. That expansion hatch is about 40% done. Second gas going down for Minigun. So it looks like in this final game, he's opting for something very standard, as he's been playing anything but typical this entire tournament.
Yeah, and what that will be, we're about ready to find out here as the first Zerglings are going out now, scouting for Machine. Hatchery is nearing about 75%. First Queen is about ready to finish. And he's going to immediately start a second one, get that one going. Also, Extractor just getting done. Drones going out over there. So we are going to see Stalker coming out. The first Zealot is out, and he's already going to send this forward. So look for this, again, this early aggression here. No additional Zerglings coming out right now for Machine. And, you know, with what he's been faced against, he's got to know that this is on its way. But the Spine Crawler, he decided to make that in his main so he could bring it down. I still think this is going to come at a good time before that Spine Crawler is going to be rooted a second time.
Oh, but it looks like Minigun saw a Zergling sneaking up into his main, built the Twilight Council, canceled it immediately, and then went ahead and chrono boosted the Zealot and Stalker. I mean, very, very big little turn of events there. And look at this, getting here just in time to see that Spine Crawler is now done. Smart play by Machine, building that Spine Crawler up on the high ground, going to help him manage this attack a little bit more easily. But again, on Xel'Naga Caverns, huge wide open space, much harder to defend with static defense. So Machine's usual Spine Crawler edge is going to be a lot weaker.
Yep, and let's see. It looks like Minigun is not done with this attack with another Stalker heading up right now. You did mention Twilight Council, and it is done. Blink being researched yet again. So very effective build here. Seems like he possibly wants to go ahead and go for it a second time. And now just working the back of this mineral line. And as you mentioned, so wide open over here, Day 9. He's got to even put another Spine Crawler in there and possibly move it once it is finished. But making these drones stop their work there and really kind of, again, just playing the annoying bug in Machine's ear.
And as usual, Machine is still trying to sneak out as many drones as possible, and the layers going down. He's not forgetting what his core focus needs to be, but we do see that that blink upgrade is getting very, very close to finish. Don't see any forward pylon coming out yet from Minigun. But I mean, I really think Minigun's had a huge change of heart from the first 2 games. He was playing very long-term focused, really trying to get up a solid economy, really trying to go for the late game. But here we just see him going early game, early game, early game, and now finishing it up with a little Blink Stalker play.
Yeah, and looking like it's going to be pretty effective here as he marches on down the fields of Xel'Naga Caverns. He will probably place a pylon here around the gold just past that first choke, and here come a few Zerglings. They might be able to take out that door. No, they go after the Stalkers almost immediately, see the pylon go down, and Machine has to know this is coming.
Even as an Overlord in the main, it sees everything, but Machine really needs to begin making a lot of units. There's the first Spinecrawler taking a lot of damage. Zergling's now beginning to stream forward. It's very similar to the situation he was in before, except instead of Hydrals, we do see a Roach Warren getting popped out right now. We see that layer is also done. Machine needs to stop mining gas. He needs to get those minerals up so we can get a big army out fast. Minigun making more and more pylons. Now swinging around to that Spinecrawler. It's at 20 health. It's down. And this number of Stalkers is huge from Minigun. Machine trying to make as many units as he can, but it looks like he is just going to be making only Zerglings, and it looks like he has a good surround going on. I don't know if Minigun's going to have a good location to blink. He's trying to blink behind the mineral patch, but those center Stalkers are getting good surrounds on them. Most of those Stalkers are very low on health, and Machine is continuing to pump out as many units as he can, but now he has just dried up on Queen Larva Vomit, so that means that all these Stalkers are free to do their things, knowing not that many Zerglings are coming.
Oh, yeah, this is horrible. Now going right into the choke in the back door of Xel'Naga, and it is just going to mean that the Zerglings are going to line up for their death, everything being retreated back in. Spinecrawler does move forward, but there are just too many Stalkers at this point, and this devastating quick blink strategy, although not as quick as the last game, is certainly going to prove to be very, very effective here in this matchup and against Machine. It looks like Machine may have just lost his 2-game lead 3 games in a row, and I think
there it is, the